You always win the game in Anfield and yada yada yada.
I mean, Everton didn't do too bad, which still comes from where I said
yes.
that Liverpool are
even when you said that
they're getting the result, yeah. So the thing is,
champions.
Yeah, I'll still say Sons of champions. You can be playing badly, but you're getting the. I mean, nobody has 15 points at this point of the season. They're already leading by 5 points.
Yes.
I mean, if I'm playing badly as a United fan, if United are playing badly and getting the result, I'll take that over any good game.
Okay.
To be sincere, which United fan out there would pick a win over playing a good game?
Well,
please tell me in the comment section.
Have United ever played a good game this season?
No, they have, yes. You also said it against Arsenal.
Yes.
Not just against Arsenal. They've been consistent with that game. They had a good game against Burnley. It's their conversion that is the problem. Against Man City, they had the better possession. They had the better time, but they refused to convert their chances. I'm telling you, Man City has packed the balls for 2 games now. Against Man U, he packed the balls and went on the counter.
They were not outright in the Man U game.
Yeah, but they were playing on the counter.
Yes.
So it's 2 games consistently now. I mean, Guardiola is doing what we never thought he would.
So
I understand him. He's trying to change his ways a bit to get results.
Yes.
And he wasn't apologetical about it. I saw his interview when he was interviewed. He said, I mean, they just wanted to stick to that.
Yeah.
And he said they almost did it.
He said they were tired.
So you see that he's using a pragmatic approach to get the result, even though right now they are on the same point with Manchester United. But all the focus is on Manchester United. Just like in the case of Florent, he's not performing and nobody is shouting. If it was a United player, the whole world would be a goal. But we'll see.
Now, the next game we'll talk about. The next big game, the big game for the Saturday. Sports. I'm your favorite host, Shagun Vincent. And I won't be doing this alone. I'm doing this with
Olumoyowa, co-hosted. Of course, it's good to be here.
It's good to be back.
See, look at my face.
Smile
on my face. Yeah.
So how was the weekend?
Great. I mean, it's a wonderful weekend for all United fans out there, and we're hoping it's a start
of prayer and fasting,
of great things to come.
Without further ado, we'll start the show with the Ballon d'Or. Awards yesterday. What's your take on Ousmane Dembele winning the award ahead of Lamine Yamal? I think we had Ousmane Dembele, Lamine Yamal, we had Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah was fourth. We had who was third again? Please remind me. And then we had the top 5 that was there. Were you at any point surprised that Dembele won the award, or did you at any point think that Lamine Yamal should have won the award? Looking at there's a lot of takes. Yamal should have won it. Say Yamal, should have won it, or like Rodri won last year. Yada yada yada, and all of that. What's your perspective about this award on the Ballon d'Or?
Well, does Ousmane Dembele worth it? Of course he does. Do you think any other player on that list is equally, worth winning it? Of course. But then, if Dembele has been chosen, we should all learn to respect that. I think he does deserve it. Lamine Yamal also deserves it. Equally, Salah deserves it. And it's a game of numbers. So Salah has been voted as a winner. I said Salah. Ousmane Dembele has been voted as a winner. And we respect that fact. He does deserve it. He put on quite a performance last season, Champions League, and in the League too. Although some would say Farmers League, whether it's Farmers League or not, they did win the Champions League, which is a prestige league for every top teams in Europe. So well deserved, a good one to Ousmane Dembele. And some people out there say, Dembele won the Ballon d'Or even before Mbappe. Well, it's their business, and there's no list cover there. But congrats to Ousmane Dembele.
I didn't win the trophy last season. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't win the trophy last season. You look at the career and life and times of Ousmane Dembele when he went to Barcelona for that big money move to replace Neymar also, or continue also. And then he got there, he didn't really do well there. He had these injury problems, he had these disciplinary issue problems with the coach and all of that. And then he somehow fought his way to winning, to doing very well in PSG, establishing the team. After PSG has somewhat transitioned their team from moving away from Mbappe and Messi and Neymar to Dembele arguably being their biggest player in the team, and doing all of that. I think Vitinha was the last person in the top 5 here. So you look at it that well deserved, if you ask me. Of course, now we have moved from an era where Champions League was
number 3.
Yes, Champions League was the boom benchmark to win the Ballon d'Or. One time it was World Cup to win the Ballon d'Or. One time it was the Euros to win Ballon d'Or. We moved from there to start when Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or without winning any trophy.
On that, I feel what went on then was there was a time FIFA and Ballon d'Or came together. That was when the issue of how do they judge and all that came in. But right from the onset, Ballon d'Or was a French award, and it was always based on players that played in Europe.
Yes,
Do
yes,
you
yes,
understand?
yes.
So, but when they came together to say,
Then
oh, it's
imagine-
FIFA and Ballon
imagine-
d'Or, that's when this issue came in. Ballon d'Or, I mean, today I sat down thinking to myself before you came in for the shoot, and I was thinking, how come Ballon d'Or doesn't involve players that play in the Palmera and all that? Are you saying they are not equally as good as? And I came to the conclusion, of course, it was.
It's the voting thing.
Yeah, it's the voting,
So,
and mostly
it's people that they
player
watch the
based
most
in Europe. Yeah,
Yeah,
that play in
so
Europe.
the South
So
Americans will not only
yeah.
vote for their own in Europe.
So that's basically the answer for it. I mean, if we now judge for
It just don't vote.
the world best player, we can say, okay, they should look at every other factor. And
Yeah.
of course, this one, they also look at the national team contribution, but it's minimal. It's mostly the Champions League and the club performances that they used to come up with the list of these
and the
players.
public goals and all that. But Messi won the Ballon d'Or. I almost want to keep saying Salute Dior. For some funny reason, I don't know why. Because Pogba's hair and all of that. But a good win, no doubt. Is there? I saw a tweet. I think a tweet or something that the probability of Dembele winning this award again is very low. Is it true?
Well, it's here to be said. We can't always write off a player. I mean, nobody thought he would perform
And
excellently well last season.
this time.
Yeah.
PSG are the best team in the world, arguably.
Yeah. Although they lost that
Arguably.
game over the.
Yeah, they couldn't make for their ball. How can they fix a game on the day when they have
Anyways, but they did lose the game eventually.
Yeah, one goal to nil.
But all I'm saying is we can judge on the previous performance and what goes on. So can Dembele win it again? Of course, you cannot write him off.
Yes.
Who says he can't perform excellently well again this season and all that? He's yet to be seen, but you can definitely not write him off. He's there. He's in the discussion, and it's possible. Any player is possible. And Lamine Yamal is still in the frame.
Yeah, 17-year-old. I mean, like the sky is beginning for this guy. Next topic, we're going to be dealing with the EPL games that happened over the weekend. Some of those games, as expected, as predicted earlier on last week. The first game is the Merseyside derby at Anfield between Liverpool versus Everton. Of course, any surprises for you in that game?
Not really.
Everton have a stable record at Anfield. I'm more used to I think he has lost. Has not won in Anfield for I can't remember how many amount of years now. 2 early goals there. Liverpool somewhat lost. I don't know. They took their F's.
It has been the same for their past 4 games. I mean, like when we're having a personal discussion.
Yes.
I said Liverpool is finding a way to win games, even when they are not playing excellently well. So you then see that these are the stuffs of champions.
Yes.
I mean, you're not playing too good, but you're getting the results. I mean, what's more important than the result?
Yes.
And they did it again against Everton. But people are saying, people like my friend here, Shego, are saying, oh, their secrets will soon be revealed. That is yet to be seen.
But they can't keep playing like that. No. The Everton game was like, okay, we are showing that we are ready. Okay, Florian Wirtz didn't play that game. They brought him in. Isak had to take him off. I think probably because he didn't have preseason gear. Of course, we know they have enough firepower.
Isak didn't start the game against Everton.
I think he brought him in. He brought him in.
No.
Ekitike started the game. Ekitike started the game. I made a mistake. Ekitike started the game. Also scored the goal. And
Isak only came in during Champions League.
Yes. So, and we look at this side. They have enough firepower to take on almost anything in the world. But would they have to learn it more? Would they have to keep waiting, on the 3rd minute? Okay, yes, Everton, that's also that they will say at Anfield, they always win the game in Anfield and yada yada yada.
I mean, Everton didn't do too bad, which still comes
to
that Liverpool are looking to struggle.
Even when you said that,
they're getting the result, yeah. So the thing is,
some of champions.
I'll still say sons of champions. You can be playing badly, but you're getting the. I mean, nobody has 15 points at this point of the season. They're already leading by 5 points.
Yes.
I mean, if I'm playing badly as a United fan, if United are playing badly and getting the result, I'll take that over any good game.
Okay.
To be sincere, which United fan out there won't pick a win over playing a good game?
But
please tell me in the comment section.
Have United ever played a good game this season?
No, they have. Yes, you also said it against Arsenal.
Yes.
Not just against Arsenal. They've been consistent with their games. They had a good game against Burnley. It's their conversion that is the problem. Against Man City, they had the better possession. They had the better time, but they refused to convert their chances. I'm telling you, Man City has passed the balls for 2 games now. Against Man U, he passed the balls and were on the counter.
They were not outright in the Man U game.
Yeah, but they were playing on the counter.
Yes.
So it's 2 games consistently now. I mean, Guardiola is doing what we never thought he would do. But I understand him. He's trying to change his ways a bit to get results.
Yes.
And he wasn't apologetical about it. I saw his interview when he was interviewed, he said, I mean, they just wanted to stick to that model.
Yeah.
And he said they almost did it.
He said they were tired.
So you see that he's using a pragmatic approach to get a result, even though right now they are on the same points with Manchester United. But all the focus is on Manchester United. Just like in the case of Florence, he's not performing and nobody's shouting. If it was a United player, the whole world would be a go. But we'll see.
Now, the next game we'll talk about. The next big game, the big game for the Saturday.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to mention something about Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I had a pundit saying something, and I think that would be an headache for Ancelotti. I don't know if you agree with me. Ekitike now is performing.
Yeah.
And the rumor is that if he knew Liverpool was going to sign Isak, he wasn't going to come because he wanted to be the main man.
Yeah.
But now he has found himself in that situation.
Yes.
And he is performing.
Yes.
The coach is going to definitely have an headache when Isak is fit enough and Ekitike wants to play. So how will Slot solve this matter eventually? Because if Ekitike is bagging the goals, I mean, you wouldn't expect him to want to sit down because Isak is back and he has more. He was signed for a larger fee.
Let's go.
And Isak will also want to play.
Let's get them really.
Yeah.
Let's get them really. Man, you at some point in time had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They had Dwight York. Yeah. They had Andy Cole, and they kind of last striker. If you remember, last striker in 1998. Solskjaer and Cole, Dwight York, and there four. I can't remember. Almost 4-2. Man City at some point they had Edin Dzeko. They had Balotelli.
4-4-2.
Yes. They had Edin Dzeko going somewhere. They had Edin Dzeko. They had Balotelli. They had Balotelli, and they had Negredo. I think Aguero too at that point that first striker. So they were playing 4-2. Why am I using all these instances? I'm using these instances because the work of the manager is to make things work. You look at Madrid, for example. Now, the Mbappe, Vinicius, although there are still arguments here and there on how there are still issues. That was why people were speculating whether Rodrigo will go or not. It will always be the same.
But the work of the manager is to make
the team work.
I agree. Everybody not be happy. But when you mention, of course, which is what I'm going to. When you mention,
everybody cannot be happy.
Yeah, when you mention the team of Man City, then you mentioned they were playing the 4-4-2.
Yes,
and they were players that arguably will play.
Yes.
In those systems there, you knew Aguero was a starter.
Yes.
You were coming into the team. But in this Liverpool scenario, they were just both signed based on, they wanted a striker. And as I said, if the rumor is now there, this wouldn't be an issue. Ekitike never knew Isak will eventually be signed. Because, as...
Even Liverpool never knew they would sign.
Exactly. No, Liverpool, in their mind somewhere, knew they would get their man. But Ekitike fell because Newcastle was trying to... So... The issue is then that, and of course, they say have Gakpo. If they decide to play 4-4-2, you have a Gakpo in that team.
But Salah's going for AFCON.
Yeah, you have a Gakpo in that team. And you have Salah in that. Exactly. So when those players are Kesa, we all know Kesa will be on the bench. But for the other players, it's, like you said, I expect the coach
to argue that they're going to have to play Ekitike and Isak together. Is it possible to play?
Very possible, but that means it will affect
the balance of the team.
It will affect Ritz or Gakpo eventually.
Yeah.
So, which will still have issue. You can't sign Ritz for that huge amount.
I put on the bench. It's not possible.
So and Gakpo has been one of their, consistent player for a while. He bags in goals when they need it. So he wants to play too. We are going to see how this. I just have to chip that in. Anyway.
So the next game.
Let's just quickly run through the other one. We'll get to the big games. Burnley had the 1-1 draw with Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest seems to be conceding as they did. As Tottenham did.
They're playing better now. That's the argument. They're playing better. That's the argument.
Look at me. They are playing better, but they are not getting results.
It's just 2 games.
Yeah. What we've seen any signs.
Should we fry him? Fry the manager after the yes.
We have been seeing the same signs he showed at Tottenham.
This one that
which is conceding goals.
That's what I'm currently saying. It's like you tell me to see the sign.
So anyways, we'll see how it works for Nottingham Forest. But I don't see them making top 6 or top anything. Anyways, Burnley got a 1-1 draw. Burnley seemed to be a formidable foe in his home.
Yeah.
And you get to struggle to win even away
against
Burnley. We had Brighton play a 2-2 draw with Tottenham.
Yes.
That was a good game. They had 2 goals.
Brighton did the double over them last season. And then even at some point, the first goal. I give you the goal of the weekend.
Yeah. Minte dribbled and the second goal was a superb goal too. And the West Ham United.
Can I pause today?
Yeah. It's looking like
Graham Potter
will be the first coach to be signed after Espirito Sanchez.
Amorim. Okay, he bought himself a lifeline.
Yes, of course. And I don't expect him to lose Brentford. that would give him more momentum, winning Chelsea and then going to Brentford.
Like I told you that.
And Brentford is winnable. Even last season when we had a bad season.
Yeah, they did one. You did 1-4-3
yeah,
and 2-1.
Well, Brentford is very winnable. He shouldn't disappoint. And they've not gotten there. I mean, you saw what Fulham did to them. It was a 3-1 game.
Yes.
And they were outperformed in that game.
Yeah.
Okay. So Crystal Palace West Ham. Again, Graham Potter is one leg in, one leg. He's standing on a cliff. Waiting to be pushed over, tipped over. Wolves United leads. Wolves is another team. Wolves hasn't won any game so far, hasn't drawn any. Wolves is here to get a point so far this season. Yes, they are a slow starter, but it's not looking good for them so far. Leeds got a 3-1 win over them.
Would Leeds stay up?
It's looking like it. The championship teams this season are getting
they got their first win.
Yeah, they're getting good points. Even Sunderland has 10 points at the moment. That's a very good one for all three championship teams.
Is it IGG?
Is
it IGG in Shagagra?
Well, we'll see. It's possible it's IGG, but you know when it comes to relegation battle, every point counts. If they can get at least 20 points before they falter, it's good for them.
So mark, I think
and of course, Manchester United Chelsea, the game you would love to review.
So to this game now.
Yeah.
This game. Did the red card change the dynamics? The first red card, change the dynamics of the game.
100%, of course. The red card changed the dynamics of the game. But don't take away anything from Manchester United. Right from the onset, they were all out, against Chelsea, pressuring them and winning and winning.
Then you was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Then,
but at least they get draws a lot. But this time they didn't get a draw. And you could see that ball. The game plan. The ball was sent outward by the keeper and flicked by Chesko before he went and got that ball. So their plan helped them to get that red card against Chelsea. And from then on, they were able to pick up their chances. Even though they saw other chances, I could see, even the coach mentioned, you could see 3 versus 2, 2-on-1 a couple of times, and they refused to take their chance. It could have been 4-0 before the first half, but they still need to keep, take their chances a lot.
Now, Cass got...
that was very stupid.
Cass got a second year. There were arguments before that time that people have gotten the second year over challenge. I think one of the Chelsea players.
He was very for an experienced player. That was very.
Now, did the red card that Man U get to alter the game in Man U's not in Man U's favor?
In Chelsea's favor.
Yeah, Chelsea's favor.
Well, you not alter the game per se, but you say it brought them back to level terms.
Yes.
But Chelsea didn't really do. I was telling somebody aside the goal, which was even a cross that Man U had been conceding a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, a dead ball. They didn't have a shot on target.
Yes, but as they scored that goal against on life, if the time could have expended, probably could have to
please. No, I don't like people saying the time. You knew the time is 90 minutes.
No.
And they gave them 7 minutes.
I want to ask a question now. Yeah. Did immediately the red card, Santos got the red card. He made 4 subs. The first.
That was a wrong call. I think you should have left.
If he had 1 or 2 runners,
he had some runners to attack and all that. It would have been better. Yeah.
They
understand the same Palmer was not too fit. He needed players to run around. But there was a Neto. You could have left.
Neto, there was a Japedro. I think Japedro.
So Japedro remained on the pitch. He took off
all the runners. Yes.
And again, Estadio was understandable to put in a goalkeeper. But I don't understand why he had to take off Neto.
This game, was it what you expected? Because I look at the game. I was able to watch like 70% of the game. I look at the game and I said myself that this Man U side is one of the most terrible sides, and Chelsea couldn't defeat them.
They are not. See, I keep telling people they are not that terrible. They are not. Even though you may say I'm sentimental.
No, it's not even that.
Manchester United is just 3 points behind Arsenal. See, the focus is always on Manchester United. That's where this problem is coming. You are shocked.
No, I'm not shocked.
Arsenal has 10 points. Man U has 7 points. Just 3 points behind Arsenal.
Okay.
See, it's because I was telling somebody on the Manchester United group I said, this old player, they need to rest. They need to give these players a breather. See, if left to me, I would say Man United players need a psychologist. Because the pressure they face day in, day out.
It's a big club.
Yes. So it affects their decision making on the pitch. We don't want to lose this game.
Do you know what Van Gaal said? When you sign for Barcelona or Madrid, you don't win the game, you get stoned on the road. You win the game, they throw you donuts. Enjoy. So they play for a big club comes with big honors. Some players cannot play with a big club. Look at Nunes, for example, in Man City. He doesn't have that aura to play in a big club. So my opinion about it is right back, please.
At least it's getting literally.
So you look at this side, like, okay, so now,
and before now, I mentioned to you that if you check the stats, I know stats is not news. If you check, they've been playing fine. In fact, they should have the best conversion rate, expected goals. Man,
do you
understand? So the chances are being created, but they are not taking it.
Hey, but
so you see that even though we are talking about the system, so you see that it's not about just the system, because the system is producing result in that there are attempts to get a goal.
Okay.
But I think it's the psychological aspect of the players not bagging the goals because of the pressure on them. And I also said something to someone that I think they need a bit of luck. If they can get those goals 2-3 games, their morale will change. But if they revert back to win and lose the next game, it will affect them again. So I'm just praying for Manchester United, this player fast.
I want to ask a question.
If they need the next 3 games to boost their...
but can you beat that when you win the next 3 games?
They can. They can beat Brentford. And after Brentford, I think it's Sunderland. They are winnable games. No, they can't. See, it only takes a game or two to change the tide of it.
Yes. But it's Man U. No, it's not.
There was a time Liverpool had a long drought.
Yes.
They came out of it. Who says Man U cannot come out of it?
So, who says Man U?
No, you're already... I'm saying they can't.
I'm asking.
But so I'm on the other side. Who says they can't come out of it?
Somebody said he cannot change his system.
Because the system...
Is it true that... Does it make any sense for him to make that kind of a statement?
Yes, I do. In fact, I almost had the issue with my wife when I said she always forced me. I said people should let him have the system. And I said something. If he changes the style tomorrow, again, you and I agree, and they still did not get result. Yeah. People will come out and say, why did he stick with the one he has been gotten beaten with, as in, don't mind my English, that he has been faltering with. Do you understand? Now he changed, they are beating him. What is the point? So it's better that he sticks with the system. If they want to get him sacked, let him get him sacked. But he knew he was true to himself. It will be more painful. He changes his style and it's still the same problem. So I feel I support him fully. To stick with the system. If he's getting sacked for it, he knew or he knows that he stuck to his ideals and he got sacked for it.
Now, if a poison expires, does it make it less poisonous?
Well, I'm not a doctor. You need to ask probably
because I tell you for free, that money may not last in December.
It will.
Okay.
Should we place a bet?
No, we'll wait that time.
No, should we place a bet? No, let us wait. No, you will.
Jesse.
I believe you will.
Jesse.
Because see, it's not all bad. Like that's why I said this phone dates.
The 15th, bro.
No, we're not talking about last season. We just started a new season. I think it's not all bad. The season has just, started. Give him a benefit of that. As I said, schools and the likes were key. Failed coaches in their coaching career.
Yes,
they should let these guys rest for crying out loud.
Very true.
Scholes, he was a great player. No offense to him. But as a coach, he didn't pass. Nephew, the same result. Roy Keane, but they are out there criticizing the coach.
To be able to play his politics, to put him in Valencia.
I respect Lampard. Because he faltered as a coach. He picked himself up. And
he did some level for the job.
Even Rooney has joined them. I call them a set of bitter people. Yes, because Rooney has now joined their ranks. Has also failed as a coach. He has not joined their rank to just use Man U to trend.
I get it.
Let them rest. Give these players a breather, please.
So on to the next game. There's the Sunday games. On to the Sunday games.
Yeah. So we had Arsenal Man City, of course. We discussed that Man City.
So now looking at this Arsenal game, the argument.
Did I mention Sunderland? Okay, sorry. Saturday game, Sunderland, Aston Villa 1-1. Aston Villa is finally scored, but yet to win a game. And then Fulham defeated Brentford 3-1. Now, this Arsenal Man City game, the arguments there was that, Eze should have started that game. One team. And Arteta said that this was the same midfield that won, of course, against Atletico Bilbao. That wasn't my issue. Is there a case for Eze starting in that game? Let's start with that. That wasn't even my issue. That wasn't my issue with Arteta. We'll get to that, but for this, I don't think it's wrong. I mean, coaches are there to make decisions. Like you said, if they had gotten these results, people won't come out to say, this and that. Exactly. But I understand, Eze is there to play and all that. But Arsenal didn't do too bad in the first half. We showed that it's not necessarily the wrong call. I mean, you know how many times Merino helped you as a makeshift striker. So I don't think it's a wrong call. But if we now go back to other things, I'll tell you why I had issue with Arteta. Which is? I remember one of your statements that he's Arsenal close to Stoke City. Yes. It felt like Arsenal couldn't create anything. It was just corner kick. Okay, so they were claiming the ball. They had top players. My issue with Arteta, I'm the same with a lot of coaches. I don't seem to understand if they don't see what the viewers see on the pitch. Madueke was one of the top performers in that first half. He was the one that got your best chance in that half. Yes. Wait. He made the most crosses in that game. Yes. And he could also play on that other flank. Yes. Where Trossard was. Yes. I was wondering why he didn't take out Trossard leave Madueke and Arteta to keep up the attack. But he took out Madueke, left Trossard on the pitch, and brought in Saka. I mean, who does that? And you could see
the X factor now.
Which X factor?
Because no,
I'm not saying. See, you don't get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't bring in Buki. You could have left Buki and Madueke to do the job. That would give him two very good solid wide players.
Madueke has played more on the right for us.
But he does play on the left too.
Sure.
He was given a better output than Trossard.
Yes.
Why was Trossard left on the pitch and Madueke taken off?
Even though I feel like O'Reilly too also had a fairly good game against Madueke and the left back for Man City.
But he did way better than what Trossard was. Trossard was getting bullied on that.
Yes. Now, we look at this game. Is it that Arteta was cautious in that game, going down midfield 3? The same issue that he had with Arsenal against Liverpool at Anfield. Being cautious, not wanting to go for the game, not wanting to give him the extra.
Being cautious before he went a go down, understandable. But after you went a go down, what are you cautious about? Go and get the win. And you were playing good game. In fact, if it was that you wanted to bring in Martinelli, bring him in on time. Trossard wasn't giving you what you desired. Maybe from my own angle.
Yeah, exactly.
But what Arteta is saying may be different.
Exactly.
But you could have taken Trossard off early enough, bring in a Martinelli and leave Saka on the pitch. And, you are pursuing the game. You need a goal for crying out loud.
Now, look at this Arsenal side now. They've got Victor Gyokeres Lukaku. Is it true that he's the new Edwin Lukaku?
No, he has how many goals already? That's not bad. It's just that of
He just won the...
He won.
Him and the Korean have been 0-7. I think Victor is arguably the best striker in the world according to the FIFA award that happened yesterday. When you look at this,
the judge that
goals, now you look at this Arsenal side. Look at Man City, for example. Now Man City got the early goal, and then for God knows how we saw Guardiola play the anti-football, the packable football, the demonic football, as Fabula said. Man City are falling off the cliff. They're not as strong as they were before. Were you surprised that they went that route?
Not necessarily. I'm not surprised, to be honest. But Guardiola has been quite... I mentioned the Manchester United. I saw that.
Yes. 46% possession at home.
I saw that. 46%. He knew, and there was a time when they were one goal up, second half. He called Holland. I gave him an instruction. And that worked.
In that game, he had more chances.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. So he's out to just win because why they are in transition.
Yes,
you have to be honest.
They're not where they were before.
They are in transition.
They cannot.
They brought in a lot of new players,
and they are
and even their defense, you will see that there's a change in that defense.
Yes.
They went from a Walker, Diaz,
Stones, to having an O'Reilly came last.
O'Reilly,
Kusanov,
and Nunes at the back. So they are in a transition. Even in the middle of the park,
they brought in
Gundogan is no more there. They have
Check is injured.
They have, of course, they still have Rodri and this guy.
Reynolds and Bernardo Silva.
No, not Bernardo Silva.
Spanish guy.
There's this other guy.
Okay, Nico
Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez. I think he's a Portuguese.
Yeah, no, it's Spanish.
Okay, Nico Gonzalez. So you see that they're in transition. So I guess what Guardiola is trying to do at the moment, get results. Till the
they will do that against big sides. They only do that against small sides. I don't see that playing that kind of position against small sides because oftentimes they're going to take it to them and none of that.
If they remember what Brighton did to them.
The probability of them doing is very low.
I get, but
against bigger sides because they cannot be able to. They don't have that energy.
I think it is now the other way around. Arteta led from Guardiola. I think now Guardiola is led.
Somebody said that it was to the police on the sideline.
And then Arteta likes to also be pragmatic against.
Yes. I want to ask you a question now. Reinders, Rodri, Haaland, he said that Donnarumma gives them that kind of confidence, that kind of aura. I want to ask you a question. Is there a likelihood that Donnarumma will be A, the signing of the season, B, save them at least 20 to 25 points? Because it seems you have saved them 4 points.
Yeah,
save them 4
it's
points.
Possible.
Against Man U, that work has played. Against Arsenal, I think 2 or 3 saves. Is it 2 or 3 saves against Arsenal? Against Arsenal, those saves from Eze and all of that. Do you see him giving them 20 points, 25 points? What I might give them, make those saves. Because Man City, a team that love to transit, they love to play dominant football. But one of the issues, yes, Guardiola had over his career since Barcelona up to now, is that transition. When they lose the ball, running back, last year they didn't have the players that had the energy in the midfield. Do you see Donnarumma saving the side? I'm saying him save the side in 2 or 3 games. We don't put Napoli game because Napoli game they had it. But the Man U game and the Man U game that they had, at least Man U had 2 shot on targets. Those 2 saves, apart from that Sesko and that Man U didn't really have any shot on target aside from that. But in this Arsenal game, we saw what he did. Does he give them that aura, that edge, those points saved? And can we underrate, the question of the plenty, can we underrate Man City? Or should we underrate Man City?
You definitely can't underrate Pep Guardiola's team. They'll be there until maybe the middle of the season and we notice they are not there.
Yeah.
But I expect them to be there. Like I said, at the moment you will see that his intention is to get results as much as possible. So you see that
you have like 9 job players,
and
he said that for people said that is lying, but according to what he said, what he said because they have to play a game in 2 days and they have enough time to rest. That's why
they should stop complaining. We all know Champions League and it's part of the rigorous activity of football.
That's why
those are flimsy excuses.
He said that's why
I do respect him that he's trying to get those results, which is the most important thing. And Donnarumma, of course, is a good keeper. I mean, but if your defense leaks, there's no amount of
No. They would dominate in possession. Yeah. They wouldn't. The challenges they had over the years. I believe
there's also a side effect.
Yes,
which is that except they change their way of playing totally, it will still affect them in getting goals because, of course, Man City are used to launching the ball from the keeper to play from the wing.
But it's plays at the player on the back. It still do.
Nah, it wasn't like
they still do.
I was saying
no, they still do.
And some you will see you have to give the ball to the player to play it out.
Yeah. So it's not as terrible as people think. With his feet, it's not as terrible as people think.
No, not that he's terrible, but he's not going to, which is showing. He's not giving those accurate long kicks. So it will still show in their game. Why I feel they will adapt.
They can always adapt.
But is he a good keeper that will end them points? Of course,
25 points.
I don't know. I can't say, but he will.
That's 5 games.
Win them points.
The 5 games, 6 games.
He will win them points.
He's done 4 points already.
Yeah, he will win them points, but if they don't try to keep passing the ball to him. Because, see, one thing I know about every team will realize this is the weakness of Man City. So if Man City keeps playing the ball back to Donnarumma, expect a lot of pressure to be on him.
Yeah,
because they realize he can't make it.
Sure.
So if that doesn't work in his advantage, even at that, he will still give you pretty decent saves because he is a good keeper. He's one of the best keepers.
If we would, I think the money with that. And I think, of course, for them to buy that kind of keeper,
I don't expect them to contend for the league, but they will be in the top 4 for it. I don't at the moment. Liverpool should still.
Will Arsenal contend for the league?
Arsenal has always been a contender. The question should be, will they win the league?
No, let me ask you a question.
Of course,
Arsenal winning the Carling Cup or FA Cup? FA Cup, I said. Carling Cup or FA Cup change anything?
Yeah, it will, in the sense that people have been clamoring for Arteta to win the trophy. So if it doesn't, Yoruba people, in my Yoruba tongue, you say, Afajoba, Majeba. So that if you can't be a king, you can as well sit at home and enjoy yourself by eating a bar. So if Arteta can win the league, you can as well win the Carling Cup or the FA Cup.
So rice is rice. The one also rice is rice. They're not fries, fried rice, and type of rice.
Yeah.
The basis. Arsenal winning FA Cup or Carling Cup wouldn't change anything. Change anything in the sense that I'm going somewhere. In the sense that it wouldn't change the mindset of what people have towards Arsenal. Until Arsenal win probably the Premier League or the Champions League to say people say, okay, people mean business. You know what I'm saying? They've won the FA Cup before.
So you have been back
the FA Cup before.
They won the FA Cup before. Man United people say, we won the FA.
So as I said that winning the Carling Cup or the FA Cup.
Okay, my question to you: would you rather they don't win anything?
I would rather they don't win anything.
See, you have the answer there. Yes. You would rather they win something rather than nothing.
So this game. Before we go to the week game, what are the game or what is the game of the week? What are the games of the week you'll be looking at?
Of course,
my game.
Newcastle, Arsenal.
Why?
And then Crystal Palace, Liverpool.
Why?
It's a tough game now. Okay. Newcastle Crystal Palace had the good game against Arsenal in recent times.
Okay. So Crystal Palace, like a boogie team.
Yeah, Crystal Palace is yet to lose a game this season. Yeah. They've had draws and win, but yet to lose. So and they are quite solid at home.
All right. The first game of the weekend, the big first game, the launch game.
Brentford versus Manchester United, 12:30.
But what do you think? I expect a 1.5. Yeah, I expect a full-time draw. I think a full-time draw. And the reason is because I don't trust Man U's defense. I don't trust Man U's defense.
Defense are pretty.
Let's go. Let's go to the next game.
Leeds United, Bournemouth.
A full-time draw. Leeds are uprising and all of that. But Bournemouth are a big side. Tough.
Bournemouth are solid outside.
Although they seem to be away from home, they have those nuances in there. But full-time draw. You?
Bournemouth to win.
All right. 1.5, 2.5.
Chelsea, Brighton.
Chelsea Brighton. I saw a story now, not quite long, that Brighton have had the edge in recent time against Chelsea, and when Chelsea cannot be there, they don't do what? Buy their players, and it's true. I feel like Brighton going to give Chelsea a run for their money. So Chelsea win or draw. Chelsea win or draw.
Chelsea to lose.
1.5.
Chelsea to lose. Brighton to win. I expect Brighton to play on the break.
That's like what they did against Man City.
Yeah, like what they did against Man City. You would agree with me that Chelsea's defense is quite shaky.
Yeah.
At the moment, so Brighton will sit back and try to counter Chelsea on the break. So I expect Brighton to win or draw.
Let's go.
Man City Burnley.
Man City will win that game 1.5.
Yeah, I agree with that. Man City should win.
1.5.
A low scoring chance.
Yes, go 1.5.
Because Burnley likes to
fight the balls and hit the break also. Like if somebody they cause trouble against Liverpool, they have to play 10 cares and all of that. So let's go.
They are the king of throws now.
Long throws. The stock of. So let's go. Let's go.
That will be Crystal Palace, Liverpool.
This is a fixture that we're all biting our lips for. Crystal Palace have gotten the edge in time.
Yeah, and they are solid at home too.
Yes, solid at home. Very tough at home. Now, the Gueye saga. Is it going to come into play in this game? We saw before you dissect or go to the inner chamber of this game, of this discussion. Isaac Gueye. Isaac, the prodigal son. Gueye, the professional. In the long run, nobody will care who was the prodigal son or who was the professional. We only look at whose deal was successful, whose deal wasn't successful. Like that's what it says that okay, you fought your way through, you went to that club. Did you do well in that club? And for the other person, if he does well. So those two contexts and this context, in the sense that would it affect his game?
I don't think it will affect Gueye's game. So because for Gueye, he will be on a free transfer next season. He has refused to sign. Of course, they know his intention to leave. The only disadvantage is if Liverpool wins any trophy this season, he's not going to be part of it.
Yes.
But on the good side, he's in charge of his own contract now.
Yes.
Nobody will be able to hold him down and all.
Yeah.
So this will still ginger him to play better. Who says he can't have a good game against Liverpool?
Yeah.
It gives them more reason to want to get him.
Yes.
You understand? So I expect him. He's a great professional, by the way. So he should play, have a good game.
So how do you see the game? XG 1.5.
Maybe a draw. Again, Crystal Palace.
I have a feeling they're going to stop Liverpool from. As when they score draw.
Yeah, maybe
and Liverpool too. Defensively, apart from the buy against Arsenal, bad the game against Arsenal.
I'm be surprised if Mateta gets a goal against them.
Yeah. The next game, please.
The next game should be. Hold on. Aston Villa Fulham.
If Emery doesn't win this game, is he a big ass that's going to join his brother?
He's going to join his brother. Well, Grandpa is already on the cliff, about to be pushed down. So I don't think they're in the same situation. Aston Villa, Emery's record in the time past will work for him. They'll still judge him based on what he had done in the past and all. So I expect him to get the grace of 3-4 games. And then we have Newcastle, Arsenal, the game of the weekend.
That is a 2G game. It's a game. It's someone going to win that game. Selhurst Park, Voldemort coming in. Can Voldemort feel Isaac shoes, or can he feel his own boots?
I don't think he needs to feel Isaac shoes. Just go in there, back goals. Of course, Isaac's side of play is quite different. If he can back the goals, who says he can't be their main man? So all he needs to do his job as a striker and is good.
Arsenal will not draw. I can't really say
just for rivalry's sake and hating's sake, Newcastle to win against Arsenal.
Because I'm not sure if Arsenal can get the results totally in Selhurst Park.
Okay. Everton, West Ham United.
Everton, I think I agree with Everton. 2-1.
Everton
2-1, 3-1 each.
And then
2.5.
Grandpa should get the kick.
Get the kick?
Yeah.
Get the kick. You want the car or the roof kick?
I don't know why West Ham chose to sacrifice balance for stylish football.
You know that song that just made us like, when you hear the kick?
This guy. When you hear the kick, it's Grandpa out of the club. Anyways, that's it for today.
That's all she wrote.
Like he says, that's all she wrote. That's all he wrote too.
Is there anything you'll be looking at this weekend? By man, anything weird, positive, negative, like this thing will happen, and I'll be like,
I think the upset will be if Burnley can beat Man City, yeah, that should be the upset of the weekend. But I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Although I'm counting on Brighton to do the job against Chelsea. All right, everyone. See you.
For me
next
to
time.
you, I say,
Don't forget to subscribe,
like, share, and comment also.
Yeah, subsequently we'll be reviewing Champions League games too. So
yeah,
stay tuned. Put on your notification button once our video comes up, you can get notifications. Thank you. We love you. Arrivederci.
Gracias. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.